For a large number of people out there flying drones, hello out there and welcome to today's video. We're gonna talk about whether or not you should or shouldn't be tuning your quad. This is gonna be, for some people, that's gonna be difficult to answer. It also largely depends on you. Are you going to try to tune it perfectly, or are you gonna give up halfway and don't think it's worth it? If you are someone who likes to tune and who likes actually going into the logs, looking at them, trying to obtain the perfect, or near perfect, I should say, because I'll explain in a minute, then I absolutely think it is worth it. You are going to get so much more from your quad. It's going to be responding a lot faster, less prop wash. For a large number of people out there flying drones, I don't think they should be trying to tune their quads. Majority of them might have no interest in it. They might not even be caring if it doesn't respond as fast as it could, because it's good enough. And that's where I said I would explain a little bit later, because I'm not the perfect pilot. I'm nowhere near that. But I also know that I want my quad to do what I tell it to do. And I want to be able to throw it into different situations where maybe there's something wrong, or maybe I want to descend in a certain way and not get as much prop wash as I otherwise would have. If you stabilize your footage, you might not need as much tuning as if you don't stabilize. I do stabilize if I have something to show, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on whether the day was windy, if I had a damaged prop. I use the gyro flow or real steady, depending on what I want. I've actually been finding the gyro flow a lot better recently, because you can have a static crop instead of that dynamic cropping that real steady automatically does, and I find that much more pleasing to look at. But also getting the drone to not sort of wobble through the air. This is a 6-inch, so the default pit didn't quite do it for this one. So I had to request help, and I'll leave a link to his channel down in the comments. If you want to go say hi to him, do that. I've gotten tremendously help tuning this, and I found it very satisfying to getting it where it is now. I'm still changing and tweaking from if I notice something is wrong, if I see there are wobbles, or if it I go into the black box and I look at what's happening and why it isn't responding as I want it to. Sometimes it's just a matter of interference from the radio, or switching between 50 Hz and 150 Hz in Crossfire, and that just creates some sort of abnormalities in the set point, which creates sort of a not optimal situation for the drone. But if it flies where I think it feels smooth and it's responding to the stick inputs I give it, I think you are there where you should be. And for quite a lot of people, that will be the default tune of 4.3, because it's really good. Of course, if you go out and buy a bind and fly and you decide to update it, I really think that you should either get it tuned if you can't do it yourself, or tune it yourself if you can do that. That will just make it fly a lot better. If you don't want to go into tuning, don't bother updating before the manufacturer has a tune for it, because if you do go there and it doesn't fly as well, and you don't want to go through the hassle of tuning, it won't fly as well as the manufacturer actually made it fly before. So if you don't like tuning, don't update the quads before the manufacturer has a tune out for that version. For this one, this is a DIY drone, and this was not great on defaults. It was kind of wobbly, and it didn't respond as well as I would like, and it has some oscillation and bounce backs and all sort of things, and that was annoying. I could barely fly with it. It was that bad. But now I've gotten it to a place where I think it is absolutely amazing, and it seems so much more stable and responsive than compared to what it was to in the beginning. So leave a comment down below. Do you think tuning is worth it for everyone, or just someone? Or are you one of those that say don't tune your quad, just fly defaults, learn to control it with your fingers, and don't mess with the default pits, because they are good enough if you are a good pilot. Also, like and subscribe for more content, and as always, get out there and get flying.